Hello and welcome to this second video of the Microsoft Excel hacks series. In the previous video, we showed you basic hacks that you can be able to do in order to do some very critical data manipulation. If you have not watched the video, I'll leave the link to that video in the description below, and the video will also pop up after the end of this video. So today we are going to talk about control structures in Microsoft Excel. But before we start, it's important for us to understand what are control structures. In software, control structures are used to influence or to determine the flow of a program. In each and every software that we use today, it engages control structures. Think of your basic login page. When you insert your login details and you click login, it makes a decision on whether your login credentials are correct, and if they are correct, it allows you to log in. If they are wrong, it denies you access. So Microsoft Excel also uses control structures to make various decisions. So let us just get into it and see how we can use it and how it can be able to help our businesses or our organizations in various data manipulation activities. But before we start, please consider subscribing to this channel. Also share this video with your friends so that they can also benefit. So let's move direct to it. So here in this Excel sheet, I have a data set. And this is just a hypothetical data set of an organization known as ABC Limited, and it is showing sales for 6 months, and we are assuming that these 6 months are the high season for this particular organization. And if you see, the columns represent, column A represents the months, then we have the years from column B all the way to column F, and the years range from 2017 to the year 2021. So those are 5 years. Then at the row number 9 over here, we have the total sales for each year, or for 6 months of each and every year. And the sales for 2017 are $28,800, whereas the highest sales are those that were realized in the year 2021, which were $120,000. So the question we're asking ourselves is, let's assume we have a scenario in which in each and every of these years, the organization has a target that it has to meet. Let's assume that the organization requires to meet a target of $100,000 in sales. So we may need to determine whether in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021, the organization was able to meet its targets. This could be easy if you just look at the data and try to move along with your eyes, and you can see that in 2017 it never met, whereas in 2021 it met. But if you are dealing with huge chunks of data, it can be very complicated. And that is where the hack that I'm going to show you today comes in. And this hack, we are calling it control structure. And we are using it to make a decision. So how exactly do we go about it? So I'll start by showing you the formula for that particular hack, and then we shall get directly into it. So this is how the formula looks like. Just like any other Excel function, you start with an equal sign. So is equal to, then followed by the if, because it's a condition that you are setting. Then you open your braces. After you open your braces, you put the condition. That is, what condition are you considering? In this case, you are considering meeting a target of 100,000. Then you separate with a comma. Then inside quotation marks, you put the output or the message that you want to give if the condition is met, and that is what I'm calling output A here. Then you separate that with a comma. You put another quotation mark, and inside those quotation marks, you put a condition, or you put a statement that would be output if the condition is not met, and that is what I'm calling output B. So in this case, we have said that our condition is that the organization intends to meet a target of $100,000. So we want to tell if at all this organization for the 6 months all the way from January till June, if it managed to meet the target of $100,000 in total sales for the respective years. So this is how we go about it. So we start with the year 2017. In the year 2017, we come and put our function here. So we say is equal to, all right, then our function is if, open our brace. So the condition that we are comparing is that we are comparing this cell over here, which is cell B9, against a target of 100,000. So we come and say B9, all right, greater than or equal to 100,000. Okay. Then we put a comma. After a comma, we put the quotation marks. And then, if the target is met, then we can say yes. Then we put the closing quotation mark. If the target is not met, then we put the second output, which is no, and then we close our parentheses or our brackets. Then if you click enter, you realize that for the year 2017, it gives us a no. This is the formula over here. So for the year 2017, it has given us a no. So let us do the same for the years 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. So one can decide to go through the same procedure, but if you watched our previous video, you realize that you can just autofill the remaining years by clicking this cell that contains the function. Then you put your cursor over here and you drag it along. And once you drag it along and you release it, you realize that for the years 2017, it has said no because the target is not met. Remember, our target is $100,000. For the years 2018, it has also said no because our target is not met. For the years 2019, the target is met because the target is $100,000 and the sales were $110,500. And the same case for the year 2021, the sales were $120,000 while the target was $100,000. So this is a simple hack that you can be able to use to make decisions in Microsoft Excel. So let's now assume we would like to change the messaging over here. Rather than saying yes, no, we would like it maybe to say target met, target not met. So how would we go about it? We repeat the same procedure. So we say is equal to if the cell that we are considering is B9 greater than or equal to 100,000. All right, we put a comma, some quotation marks, then we put the text target met, quotation marks. If the target is not met, we put the text here, which is target not met. Then we put the quotation marks and we close the brackets. And if we click enter, you realize that here it will output target met. If we drag this along to autofill, it will do the same for the rest. So for 2017, target not met, 2018, target not met, 2019, target met, and so on. So what about if I just come here and put maybe $100,000? We would like to test if actually our function is valid enough. What if we deal with now $100,000? That is $100,000 over there. So let's ask ourselves. No, we put it over here. Sorry, let's put it over here. We will put $100,000 over there, and now I would like to ask ourselves: is the target? Can it be able to tell if the target has been met or not when the value that is there is the value that is exactly on the margin? Let's drag this formula over here to see if it can be able to do that. And yes, it is able to do that very, very comfortably, because here, when we were setting the condition in the control structure, we said where the value that is contained in that particular cell that we are referencing is greater than or equal to. If we had not said equal to, then 100,000 would have been considered as target not met. I hope this video has taught you something today, and I encourage you to continue subscribing to our channel so that you can be updated every time we release a new video in this series. Thank you so much for watching this video.